How
I've
you
been in
living? How
California.
you living? It looked like you just robbed a nigga.
Why is that?
Cause
Because I got
you're
a
a black.
beanie on? Huh?
Cause it looked like you just robbed a nigga.
Because
That's
I got a
why.
beanie on? Is that why?
It looked like you robbed a nigga and smiled after that, and did that laugh, and then
Niggas
that's
so silly,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
So we haven't been on a couple days since our beloved Mo 3.
No, we did. No, our last podcast we did.
No, I
Bomb
was gonna say since our beloved Mo 3 was killed, we haven't been back on. But Boosie Boo was shot. Consequently,
Who?
Boosie Boo.
Bro, don't ever call that nigga that again. Nigga said Boosie
That's what
was
he called
shot.
him, little Boosie Boo, huh?
Boosie was shot.
Boosie Boo was shot, bro.
Benny the Butcher was shot also. Ironically, they were both shot in the leg
In Texas.
in Texas. Yeah, that shit wild, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Texas on the street. I'm tired of this shit, bro. I ain't gonna front.
You tired of what?
These niggas just getting shot like over dumb shit. Like niggas ain't even getting shot over. That sounds ignorant.
I was gonna say, where you going?
Yeah, I know. But I'm
What
just saying niggas getting shot over bullshit, bro. This shit's stupid. But maybe it's not to them. So I don't know.
Yeah, man. Now with Boosie, I don't know the whole story. We haven't heard anything released from him. But it is kind of a trip, man. That these niggas keep getting popped.
3 shootings in Texas on rappers. Yeah, that's kind of sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it's funny. Today I did a little binge watch on Vlad. I went to his YouTube channel or whatever, and I saw he had some recent shit of Boosie. You know what I mean? Like very recent, obviously, like in the last 4 or 5 days, right?
Yeah, he's still uploading the new joints. I know what you're talking about.
And it's just crazy how he ended up being the victim himself. Man, Vlad asked some dumbass questions. He loved name dropping. I don't know who name dropped more, Vlad or Game.
No, Vlad. What irritate me is he bring up the same stories with the interviews that he's dropping simultaneously. That shit is irritating.
Right, I talked to such and such, and he said, "Let me play it for you."
I talked to my OG home, bro. That nigga have 2 flashbacks in the same interview. That shit'll be 10 minutes long.
Yeah, he talked about Lupe saying taking shit down. Lupe wanting to DM him and shit. You hear about that one?
I think so. Yeah.
Lupe. He said Lupe was flashing putting the conversation on Instagram.
Yeah, I did see that. Vlad act weird, bro. I ain't gonna front like Vlad ain't gonna like Vlad don't act weird.
These motherfuckers got a whole shit going on next door. That's crazy. A whole rehearsal. But they're actually good. My old studio, bro, they fucking suck.
What you mean?
Like the band sucked, so it's never anything good. Like,
okay, got you.
If I'm gonna have some shit with somebody blasting in my ear, at least be fucking dope.
All right, so dig this. We gonna go into we gonna go into Boosie.
Sure.
For the segue.
Sure.
Because you said I sounded crazy.
What are you referring to?
Because I do want to clarify some stuff, because you know what? My brother was listening in on our conversation, and he said that he think that we had a misunderstanding in verbiage. That's what he thought. And my point was, it's not far-fetched to say that Boosie being shot in Dallas, Boosie's background speaks volumes. I don't know if you know about it, but it's not far-fetched to say that he has niggas in Dallas, Texas, that can do dirty work. That's it. And that was my only point. It's not far fetched to have a nigga hit somewhere else. And that was really my only point.
But now you're talking in a generalization. It's not far fetched for a nigga to. We're talking about Boosie.
No. I never, and I said that earlier off camera too. I didn't mean Boosie specifically doing something. No, not at
That's
all.
what I'm talking about.
No. Because I mentioned his background, and his background ain't him doing shit. That's why I said that.
Boosie got shot out of bounds in Dallas. So you're telling me that Boosie's people is gonna go back to Dallas to shoot the niggas that shot him when he was out of bounds to begin with, and they're already gonna kill him freaking shooting niggas. They killed Mo, showed they have a disregard of life for anybody else, including him, and he wants to send some niggas to go back down there when he had no business being down there in the first place. No, I'm not riding with it.
Okay. My only point, is that it is not far-fetched for Boosie to have niggas in Texas, Dallas, Texas, where he got shot, to have niggas retaliate out there. Boosie has reach, and Boosie has a long career of getting money. Remember, Louisiana ain't far from Texas, bro. So it ain't like it's not far-fetched to say that I can't have a nigga touched in a neighboring city or a neighboring state.
I hear you, but
that's all I'm saying. That's
I
all
get it.
I'm
but
saying.
If you can't get niggas to protect you, how can they retaliate?
Because you can get hit anywhere, bro. Come on. You can be out here in Arizona and get hit by a random.
And I don't have no protection out there in Arizona from a gang.
We didn't even say gang.
Well, who else could it be?
I'm just saying, if you get hit out here, right, you get shot. There can be recourse to find out who shot you if it was targeted. Now, if it was just a random stray, then that makes it a little more difficult. Am I right or wrong?
I guess so.
No, am I right or wrong?
Boosie better get on the phone with Jay
You
Prince.
know what I'm saying?
Boosie better get on the phone with Jay Prince.
That's possible too. That's all I'm saying. It's not far-fetched. It's all I'm saying. For him to find out what happened, where it came from, and for him to go do
we're
his
talking
shit.
about Texas. You know the shit that goes down Texas. Come on now.
I do know that,
If
but
you're
I
talking
also,
about- if
but
you're
I
talking about a
also,
different place, but we're talking about Texas.
I'll let you speak your piece.
Nigga, for all we know, Webby fuck around and set that nigga up.
God damn. All right, I don't want to jump to those kind of hypotheticals, but okay. It's not hard to find. It's not far-fetched for Boosie to find out who shot at him and retaliate. That's all I'm saying. That was my only point. I don't care what it is.
If he can find out who shot him, he can find out who shot Mo 3.
Correct. I would think so too. I think you're right. I don't think that's far-fetched.
Could be the same
I'm just saying, because look, I'm trying to think of a good example. Fuck. I'm just saying, if you got people in the right places, it's not hard to find out where somebody gonna be. That's it. You don't have to run the city. You could just have people in the right place. Just like Mo 3, even though that's local, he got set up. You know what I'm saying? From what the story says, he got set up. There was a female lined him up, and we all know that story too well. Where a female line you up. That's it. All I'm saying is it's not far-fetched. That's it.
I hear you. It's possible, but I'm just saying, when niggas out of bounds and they get shot.
Was he out of bounds? Yes, he was out of bounds. He wasn't in his hometown. Now, but does he own property there? Yeah, but is he from there? No.
Drake owns shit in Calabasas.
I got you.
Yeah,
I'm not going against that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm sure you know some residentials there. I'm not knocking that. You know what I'm saying? My family's from California, Now, if I'm out there and I get hit, am I out of bounds? Yes, because I'm from here in Phoenix. So I agree with you. I'm not knocking what you're saying.
Youngberg lives in LA. He don't run shit.
I'm from Phoenix. I'm not the top nigga here. I'm not having niggas knocked off and shit. Come on, sir.
I mean, I'll just give you another example.
I'm not saying I'm not comparing myself to Berg, but
I'm just saying Pop Smoke was a Crip, part of a gang, and it still wasn't no retaliation for that. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm just giving, and he got killed on some gang shit.
With his people in the house.
What was that?
With his people in the house. That shit was disrespectful.
I couldn't hear what you said.
With his people in the house.
Oh, right, exactly.
In what? That was Calabasas, correct?
Somewhere out there, or the Hollywood Hills, one of the two.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of transition over to something a little different. News came out earlier in the week, that surfaced that in the 90s, Kamala Harris dated Montel Williams. Have you seen that?
I did. Yeah, I saw that.
So to me, that's interesting for a number of reasons, right? For one,
niggas are blowing down trees.
Exactly. So for one, she's known for putting a lot of people away in California for marijuana laws, right?
Correct.
Now Montel Williams, who was a bigger advocate in the 90s for marijuana, bigger than him?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. Was he an advocate back then? Because I didn't find out about him advocating for it until later, when it was a little safer.
And for him, it was because he had MS. I think it was multiple sclerosis.
Right. Yeah, but he still wasn't. I used to watch Montel, but he wasn't speaking out on it back then, from what I remember.
From what I remember him being the first public figure that was actually talking about it, me personally.
He was, but it wasn't like initially.
But regardless, it was still in the 90s. So it's interesting to me, you know what I mean, that was somebody that she fucked with, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was interesting.
It kind of tripped me out.
It said something about her, in my opinion. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. It's interesting though.
But at some point, she fucked with black men because her daughter's black.
I don't know how true it was, but I heard Michael Jordan had dated Vanna White at one point, and it made me look at Vanna White different.
There's this documentary, a short doc on the Vice channel. Black dude from the Bay Area got sent to prison for a murder he never committed.
I saw that.
Kamala Harris was the prosecutor. Seen that?
Mm-hmm.
What you think about that?
I didn't like it.
You didn't like what happened to him, or you didn't like the documentary?
No, I like the documentary. I didn't like what happened to him.
He got paid too. I think like $10 million or something like that.
Yeah, I get it. Like, yeah, it helps, but you don't get that time back, bro. Yeah, you don't never get that time back. If I'm not mistaken, because I watched a few, I think I binge watched from there. He had children, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You should also get $1 million for each child too.
You don't get time. You don't get that time back, man.
Each child should get $1 million.
The whole justice system needs to be rebuilt. If it were up to me, but shit ain't gonna happen.
I saw something interesting today with Michelle Obama, where she talked about the process of them conceding 4 years ago, and how Donald Trump had spewed all this racist shit into the atmosphere about Barack being not from here, and all this other shit.
Right.
And she said, even still it hurt, she swallowed her pride and with dignity. She invited the wife to the house, you know what I mean? And her and Barack had ordered all the staff to help them do the transition. You know what I'm saying? And, and they said The Bushes did the same thing. George and Laura Bush did the same thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Whether they were happy who got the house or not, they invited them in, showed them the road, we broke everything down for them, like you're supposed to do, right? And they're saying that the longer Donald Trump stays in office, that is fucking it up. You know, doing this shit every day. He doesn't do it. It's fucking everything up. And this guy just, man, so much criminal shit going on. Giuliani accused a dead lady of voting, and come to find out she was alive. Did you see that?
No, I ain't see that.
Yeah, the news, the Channel 7 News.
I don't like Giuliani, bro.
Well, look, the Channel 7 News knocked on the door, and the lady opened the door, nigga. So, nigga, yeah. So what happened was, she voted under the name Dr. Freddie something shit, right? Her husband was Freddie such and such. When her husband died, nigga, she changed her name legally to Dr. Freddie to honor him. But they accused this of being a dead person voting, and it was really her the whole time. They came at the door and she knocked the door. She opened the door right away, like, what are you talking about? And there's been plenty of cases of that shit. This shit's crazy, bro. These next 2 months are really important, man. These next 2 months, I don't know if people understand that, but these next 2 months are important.
It is.
Because he can do more damage than he did in the 4 years, in these 2 months than he did in the whole 4 years.
Yeah. He on this shit right now. He in grind mode. He's scrambling.
Firing people.
Real quick. I don't know if I asked you. I think it was Coffee Brown. I can't remember the other chick name. I'm fucking up. Anywho, so there was a battle, right? It was all women. Just happened recently. So they scrapped. I ain't gonna say they scrapped. It was a scuffle, right? So Coffee Brown, who was on the defense at the time, other chick battling her, pulls out a blue rag because Coffee repped that side. So she pulls out a blue rag, drops the rag, and then says, "Fuck two." She said, "The only Crip I respect is a dead Crip," and then dropped the rag and then said, "Fuck Tukey." And then there was a scuffle from there. I don't know. Did you catch any of them clips in your feed?
Mm-mm.
Okay, check it out, and then we'll talk about it on the next pod. But check that out.
Right.
Yeah.
She banged on wax, nigga.
She said the only Crip I respect is a dead Crip. Pulled out a blue flag, dropped it, and said, "And fuck Tukey." A nigga rushed her. It was crazy, bro. We'll talk about it.
It's a chance I rush that bitch too, homie. If that was some shit I represented, she might get the open hand.
Check it out. He didn't lay hands on her, but you seen him rush in front of the cameraman.
Have you been tripping off any of the shit that Barack has been any of the interviews he's been doing?
I got a couple in my watch laters, but I ain't checked none of them yet. What are you talking about?
Just how hard it was to do the job and shit, and how he realized. He said he realized that he was back to a normal life or somewhat normal when he caught a stoplight. He said he still ain't driving, but he caught a stoplight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people probably like, what the fuck does that mean? He's used to the motorcade. You know what I'm saying? Where they just breeze right through. They never stop at lights. Presidents don't stop at lights, right?
Right.
Niggas said they stop. They look out the window like, what the fuck we stopping for? Like oh shit, that's right, nigga.
I'm a regular nigga.
Regular nigga again. That shit kind of tripped me out a little bit.
I only saw the shit where he said that the shit took a toll on his marriage, but that's all I saw.
He said she didn't want him to do it in the first place.
Hey,
they played back the farewell. event when they left office 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle had so much goddamn makeup on that she looked fucking good, bro. I was like, who's that? I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, that's Michelle Obama? Man, I thought the bitch was Tyra Banks or something. Like, I promise to God, bro. When you get a chance, then go back and look at that shit.
Oh shit.
Bro,
nigga fucked me up with that one. God damn.
Bro, I swear she was looking like a supermodel, nigga. Bitch looked like half SZA, half Tyra Banks, half Naomi Campbell in that motherfucker, homie. That's why you can never fuck with no bitch that is a makeup artist. Anybody listening, if she says she a makeup artist, just fucking run.
Run, yeah. Get the fuck out of Dodge.
What she means is she's a professional artist on faces, nigga, and she can make you, her, or anybody else look like any way they want to. Don't trust it.
Fuck that.
This shit's crazy, man. Shout out to all my makeup artists, though. You know, I ain't even shitting on you. Shout out to my makeup artists, though. Straight up. Respect.
You sneaky motherfuckers, you.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy. I can't remember where I was at, but you know, you meet people around the world sometime or throughout your day to day. I've never been the kind of person that really share what I do with people. Like, they don't be like, you know, what do you do? I don't be like, oh, I'm a musician. You know what I mean? Right. I'll be like, I'm a small business owner or whatever. But I rarely leave when I meet somebody about music, right? So I remember this one chick I was talking to, and I don't know, for some reason we got to talk about music. And the bitch goes, oh, another musician, huh? For the record, fat bitch. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my BBW, but for the record, she was so.
All right. Proceed.
You know, BBW stands for a bitch bearing weight. That's how I look at it anyway. So, anyway, she goes, oh, not another musician. I go, what do you do? She goes, I'm a makeup artist. I go, there's far more makeup artists in the world than there are musicians. Like, how dare you? Everybody's an aspiring makeup artist. The Unaspiring Rapper Podcast, man. What else we got? We almost done. We have.
No. We're done. We're done. The Unaspiring Rapper Podcast.